Evening, friends. Pete Chevelin here. It's CNLZ Live. It's 8 p.m. It's a Friday night. This is the place where we just enjoy acoustic music, live music. We've got Dean Lane for you later. He's a Bolton-based singer-songwriter. He kind of has a folky kind of edge, really good music. If you've seen him last time, you'll have also seen his little Poochie, which is his dog, called Oscar, and hopefully Oscar will make an appearance tonight. You never know your luck. So, Mr. Latto, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks where I do think, hang on a minute, surely we were only doing this yesterday. I can't believe it's just flown by. And part of that, I think, is the change in the weather. I went out today, dropped my son off at school, went to go and pick him up as well, and I thought, yeah, I'll keep the shorts on, I'll cling on to summer. How foolish was that? It's freezing at the moment. Freezing.
I know, so cold out there, hey?
Yeah, I mean, you must have been out and about as well, Pete. You must have noticed that, you know, the foolish English thing to do is to look out the window and see the sun shining and think, yeah, it's a shorts day, and you go out and then think, oh no, I've been gravely mistaken here. But yeah, it's been one of those strange weeks. I think I've just been working incredibly hard in my usual job at the Beeb, and it's just stuff that seems to have just flown by. And here we are again, and we are waiting for our one and only guest to join us, Dean, and we're hoping that he's just going to pop up, aren't we, at some point?
I'm sure he will. I mean, he's just gone to have a Chinese. By the way, Rich, we're on your other laptop camera, I think. The other one's not working right now. But he's just had a Chinese. And funnily enough, he's not a fan of duck pancakes, as we saw a couple of weeks ago.
They're the best bit of the meal.
They're the best bit of the meal,
duck pancakes.
Yeah.
We always squander it. We get a takeaway here. We always have the duck pancakes first, which I think is a little foolish because that is my favourite bit. And then everything else is... no, it's not worth it. I want to have everything else first as the start and then the ducks. But yeah, I'm not putting that woman that put the pancake on her face and then just stuffed it in. That was, I mean, I think if you're eating that yourself and you're eating that way, it's probably fine. It probably works well. It's probably pleasurable. But if you're sat beside someone, or maybe sat opposite someone in a restaurant doing that, that's going to put you off your food, isn't it?
It's dirty food, really, isn't it? It's not the most kind of hygienic food in this current climate to have. You kind of want it already prepared when it comes out of the kitchen, nice and hot, don't you? No fingers and stuff in any food. No double dipping, for sure.
No, I still makes me feel a little uneasy when people come into work with like a cake tray of cakes and a biscuit barrel of biscuits, and they say, "Oh, it's my birthday. Anyone want to go and grab a biscuit on the way to the toilets?" Nah,
just
no
dive in with your grubby mitts, you know.
Only if I can put on a disposable glove. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people with those gloves walking around supermarkets now, and you know they have the mask, the visor that we talked about last week, and the gloves as well.
I saw someone in a supermarket this week with one of those. It was almost like a cross between a GIMP mask and one of those DIY, like proper, like, you know, asbestos type masks on. It was horrific. It's like something out of. You ever seen Threads? The old drama that the BBC did about what would happen when nuclear war strikes. Horrific. It was like something out of that. Horrible. But that's 2020. That's what we're living in at the moment. We're living it and we're loving it.
I know. And down the bottom there, we've got some of the things that are trending at the moment today, 25th of September. We've got Cardiff. Obviously, there's a local lockdown happening in Cardiff from the weekend. CAFC, Charlton Athletic, has just been purchased, which is good news for their fans. Croydon, obviously, we've had that sad death of a policeman there. And Channel U, competitors to us, eh? They've got a film coming out on the BBC.
I hadn't heard of them. Have they been around for a bit, have they? You
know, after the first incarnation of Channel Z, you know, then came Channel Z, Channel U. Yeah, it's very, very strange. But yeah, they're a grime channel. But what have you been watching this week, Rich?
Loads of bits and pieces. I want to play you a video which I cannot believe is 14 and a half years old. We'll have that one in a moment because you suggested one that I think your better half actually suggested, which is an all-time classic. This is retro. I mean, how many years old is this? This was massive when it came out. It must have been about 5 years ago now, surely.
I'm not sure. All I know is that this woman became hugely famous. She's been on James Corden and all this stuff. Like, you know, I wouldn't even be surprised if she's released a single or something. Like, she's massive. Or even if there's a computer game.
Who are we talking about? Chewbacca lady, of course we are. The lady with a Chewbacca mask on in her car, losing it.
Hey, I'm really excited to share with you something I got. Okay, I went to Kohl's today. I had to make a couple returns. Stuff didn't fit. Surprisingly, it was a little too big. Thank you. I know some of you may be thinking the opposite. Shame. No shame. It's all love. It's all love. Okay, so here's what I found when I was at Kohl's. And I'd like to say that I bought this for my son that would really, really want it. And let's be honest, he'll probably confiscate it from me. Confiscate? That's a word, right? Okay, so he'll probably take it from me. However, this is mine. Like, when it's said and done, at the end of the day, this is mine that I bought. And I'm going to keep it for my own. You can see it kind of has Star Wars. Oh, you're getting a little hint. Okay, so you want to see what I got? It's so great. I can't wait to show you. Okay. This is part of my birthday joy, still rejoicing in my birthday. And so here's what I got. I'm going to take it out of the box. And I can't wait to show you. Okay, I'm in a parking lot and people are literally looking at me like crazy. I don't even care. Okay, so here it is. Hold on. It may be a little tight. It may be tight on me. I got to undo it just a little bit. Hold on. Stay patient, people. Stay patient. This is going to be worth it. I promise. Maybe not, but it's worth it to me, and I had to share with my friends on the internet webs. So here's what I'm having trouble getting it. Okay, patient. All right, we're doing good. Okay, so this is what I got. Once again, this is for me, not for Duncan, not for Cadence. I mean, I'll let them play with it. I'm not a bad mom. I'm not a jerk, but in all honesty, at the end of the day, it doesn't go in their toy box. It goes in my room. So here we go. I gotta take off my glasses for it. Oh, naturally. Okay, here we go. So, yes! Now watch when my mouth actually moves. That's not me making that noise, it's the mask! Here, listen. This is worth every penny!
Rich, what do you reckon? She's absolutely infectious, isn't she?
Still really funny. You know what's coming. We've seen it before so many times. And it's still so funny. I think it's just a childlike innocence, isn't it?
It is, and it just gets better as well with time. Like when you watch the whole thing as well, and the more she laughs, the more it makes you laugh as well. It's just fantastic.
Well, look, shall we have our second video?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's one of these vids which it's been going now for 14 and a half years. Would you believe this incident was in 2006? It was when a guy, a taxi driver, was waiting in reception of BBC Television Centre in London, And someone came out from the BBC News channel and they said, look, is there such and such a guy here? You need to be on this programme talking about, I think it was Apple computing or something, some kind of technology expert they wanted. And this guy put his hand up because I think he was the guy's taxi driver, not actually the person himself. He was there to take him away in a cab. And they went, quickly, quickly, come this way. Took him through. Don't think they even put makeup on him. Put him in the studio. Before he knew it, he was on international television about to answer questions about technology. His name is Guy Gomer, and we should always have a Guy Gomer Day every year. Let's relive that clip now. It is amazing.
All mean for the industry and the growth of music online? Well, Guy Cuny is the editor of the technology website News Wireless. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Were you surprised by this verdict today?
I'm very surprised to see this verdict to come on me, because I was not expecting that. When I came, they told me something else, and I'm coming. You got an interview there, so it's a big surprise anyway.
A big surprise.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah. With regards to the cost that's involved, do you think now more people will be downloading online?
Actually, if you can go everywhere, you're gonna see a lot of people downloading to the internet and the website, everything they want.
Amazing.
But I think it's much better for the development and to improve people what they want and to get on the easy way and so fast the things they're looking for.
This does really seem to be the way the music industry is progressing now, that people want to go onto the website and download music.
Exactly. You can go everywhere on the cyber cafe and you can check. You can go easy. It's going to be very easy way for everyone to get something to the internet.
Thank you, thanks very much indeed. I think we can now also speak to
What an absolute legend there, Rich. I mean,
yeah.
He answers every question really well as well. He's a brilliant contributor.
Yeah. He should be doing media training or something now, shouldn't he, on how to cope calmly in a crisis and how to deflect any question that's thrown at you whatsoever. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. I spoke to guys that I knew that worked there on that BBC News channel, and they said there was a famous incident as well where the receptionist had to tannoy that a cab was there for the Dalai Lama, who'd been a guest, and she'd hit the tannoy button and went, "Cab for Mr. Lama, cab for Mr. Lama," in reception. So anything could happen. You know, I'm surprised they didn't grab more people just randomly and they end up on TV.
Absolutely. I mean, it just seems very strange that that you know, suddenly you can be a taxi driver and end up on News 24. I mean, what you know. What do you know? I mean, it can happen to anybody, couldn't it? Yeah. I was just thinking there that we should introduce Dean, who's sitting there. I can see him on his screen there. Hello, Dean. How are you doing? Can you hear us? Hello. He's
Dean, we can't hear you. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Well, you know, it kind of doesn't matter for the minute because I was chatting to Dean earlier. No, still nothing there, Dean. You'll manage it, Ian. But I was chatting to Dean earlier, and he was chatting about the Spitting Image trailer, which is now been seen. It's going to be on BritBox, and you know, back in the day, and we were chatting as well, weren't we, Richard? Because I dug it out. Look at this.
Oh, you've got it! The original,
got it.
Yeah, the Spitting Image single. Well, that was a spoof of Agadoo, wasn't it? The chicken
spoof
song.
Spoof of Agadoo, yeah, it was the chicken song. And this is the version that I bought with my brother. We couldn't afford the 7-inch single ourselves,
wow.
So we went in 75p each. Ah, there we go. We got Dean.
Oh, we hear you, Dean.
Yeah, we hear you. Awesome.
How much was it?
I think it was £1.50. It doesn't have it on, but I'm pretty sure we paid 75p each. And side A is the chicken song, and side B is I've never met, in brackets, a nice South African. It's a classic. And as you said earlier, would not be released today for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Do you know, I've just had a quick look on eBay, and it's going for £16 plus £4.10 postage. Although there is one which is open to bids, and it doesn't close for another 2 days, and it's at 50p at the moment.
50p.
So if anyone else is watching this thinking, why don't I have that in my life, get yourself on eBay. You might be able to get it for 50p.
Well, it was an all-time classic, and number one single, of course, back in, when was it? 1986, the very first single I bought, which is nothing to brag about. Most people's first single was something very cool. And I was actually checking out some other first singles that I bought.
No, not Kylie and Jason.
Yeah,
Gee.
Kylie and Jason, Stock Aitken and Waterman production. That's from 1988. Yeah.
Leave that out, because with winter coming, you're going to need something to scrape the ice off your windscreen, aren't you?
And also on a Kylie theme, check it out. The original I Should Be So Lucky from 1988. Yeah. Awesome.
It's not even the locomotion.
No, that was my. Well, you know, it is embarrassing, but don't forget, in 1988, I was 13 years old. And also, very interestingly, this started me on my turntables. This was actually on the front of a Frosties packet, and they printed this vinyl of the
flexi disc type thing.
It was a flexi disc, which was absolutely awesome. And on here is the magic number De La Soul, which is a record I still rate and love today.
That is a good song, actually. Yeah,
it's awesome song. So super happy with that. And that you can actually scratch it, because, you know, as in turntablism, because it's got its own little slip disc on the back, so you can sign it. Zip, zip, zip.
Amazing,
very, very cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, but anyway, we're getting off the topic of the new Spitting Image trailer. Now, what are your thoughts on this, Richard?
I saw it. It made me laugh. I thought it was really good. I was really worried when they announced that Spitting Image was going to come back, because that is an expensive, time-consuming show to make.
Absolutely.
And to make it topical as well, you've got to be quick. And the stress that is involved in making Spitting Image, I can only, can't imagine how tough it must be. But the trailer looks amazing. The puppets look absolutely spot on. The humour's there. And the best thing about the humour is that Spitting Image always reminds me of stuff like Not the 9 O'Clock News that was around in the 80s as well, where they went for the jugular. It wasn't like a gentle kind of pastiche or a gentle kind of spoof. They really went for whoever was on it. You used to see some really shocking kind of like hatchet jobs on celebrities and politicians, and that is how I think satire should be, with a bit of bite about it. I remember I used to have a portable TV in my bedroom, and after I'd supposedly gone to bed, or maybe my parents had gone to bed, I can't remember what time it was on. It was very late, wasn't it, Spitting Image, towards the end. I used to sneak out of my bed and turn my portable TV on and keep the volume down on the lowest possible button, the lowest increment on number 1, so I could only just hear it, because I didn't want my parents to know I put the TV on. I was watching the really naughty Spitting Image, because it was naughty.
Oh, it was incredibly naughty, and they were using all kinds of slang, F words. I don't think they went to the C word, but they were certainly using some pretty crude language. And the Maggie Thatcher, Neil Kinnock puppets were really excellent as well, weren't they?
Yeah, it's good. And so many people started their careers, didn't they? Steve Coogan, Chris Barry, loads of guys who did impersonations. Great vocalists they had on there. So I wonder who they've got. I don't know who they have got on the new series, actually. But they sounded good in the trailer.
I don't know, but let's have a quick look at the trailer, because it is absolutely awesome. Let's line it up here and we'll play it.
In a time of fear, when creatures of the night command vast, mindless armies, a hero rises from slumber to once again do battle.
Wait, what did you say the show is called?
The name, or nomen to the Romans, Latin pun, is Spitting Image.
Splitting Scrimmage?
Spitting Image.
Shitting cribbage?
Oh, it's a sketch show with puppet caricatures of real people. It can be rather nasty.
Puppets? That is the very most moronic thing I've ever heard. My puppet is going to be the best puppet, and I love it.
Spitting Image, a show that takes on the global elite with sophisticated satire.
I hereby declare myself ruler of Earth. Germany, you get a sneaker. Russia, we're a sneaker. Kenya, sneaker.
A show with sharp insights about technology.
Yoink! Got all your private data.
But I got all your money.
A show that dares to take cheap shots.
If you like my vagina candle, you'll love my anus oil.
A show that makes fun of celebrities, but is also endorsed by celebrities.
It's great. You're welcome.
Kim K here. I tattooed Spitting Image on my ass. You want to see?
No thanks.
It's
Great.
It's perfect tonight.
It's rubbish. I mean, do you really want to see me brained on the noggin by a piece of lumber?
I give it my blessing.
50 quid? That's a lot of gnocchi.
And a show that's only mostly about pushing crappy merchandise.
I love hugs. Oopsie. I went poopsie.
I wouldn't worry about some dumb TV show, Boris. I mean, how are they going to make us look stupid?
Can't be done.
This is private steam room. Get out, you fat bums.
Putin!
Watch Spitting Image because there's something funny about these people.
Now that is totally a steam room I would not want to be in. I mean, what kind of steam room is that?
Does look great though, doesn't it? Really, really funny, and it's got
brilliant.
that kind of slightly trashy feel to it that Spitting Image always have, but it's still got a bite to it.
Yeah, it's got that edge. Dean Lane, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Very good. Yeah. What do you reckon to that Spitting Image there? You mentioned it earlier when we chatted.
Yeah, I like how they've made Putin. Is Putin? He's obviously not that small, but is he a small man?
I think he's
Sure he's
notoriously small. Yeah.
I just love how they make him like really, really tiny. And somehow Trump and Boris Johnson's like best mates all of a sudden.
I know. Well, they kind of deserve to be best mates. And talking about the both of them, we've got a little quiz later, which we'll be doing, and it will be called Boris or Donald. Now, that will be quotes that have come from one or the other of them, and you both will have to guess who said what. And there are some corkers in there, and it does kind of make you think, how on earth did these people actually get to the point where they are today? But obviously, that's another question for another day. We're just concentrating on their quotes. So, Dean, do you have a little bit of music for us? I think we need a little music break.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's stop talking about puppets and a bit of music. I was wondering what to play for tonight, but you kindly posted a video of one of my old songs.
I know, and I absolutely love this video. Like, it's top notch. Like, just the way you've done all the animation, and there's a plane flying across, and then the little package comes out. It's just fantastic. Tell us how you made it.
When was it? I think it was like 2012, 13. And actually, when I put it on, it got about 700 views, which is quite big for me. But there was a problem with my channel. I had to delete everything. So as you know, YouTube is like, it's all based on views, and suddenly that's how successful you are, how many people have seen it. So now I think it's only got about 112 or something like that. But I'm really proud of it because it was the first song that I actually recorded in a proper studio in Manchester, and I got to do hand claps in the studio, which is a big dream of mine, which I fulfilled.
Yeah, loving that.
And I just had this idea of a pedal being set free, because there's talk of flows in the actual song, and I had a whiteboard which I've still got. It's behind me. I nicked don't tell them this, but I nicked a dry wipe marker from work. and a couple of colours, you know, red, green, black.
Sackable offence.
Yeah, that's expensive business, that.
And I couldn't find my tripod, so if you actually look at what I was doing that day, you would have thought I'd have a breakdown, because I'd put like boxes and books on top of each other, so it was the right height for the camera to see the board on the wall. And if you actually look through, if you don't look at what's on the board, if you look at the board's reflection, you can just see my reflection doing this every couple of frames, because it's just me pressing the button.
I did notice your reflection, in there, but that kind of added to it for me. And also when it kind of dropped a little bit and went that again added.
No tripod. If I had a tripod, it would have looked absolutely perfect. And I did it on Windows Movie Maker, because I didn't have any equipment, so I just threw all the photos on there and give them roughly the same amount of time, and made it fit to the how many minutes are in the song. And when I completed it, I thought, do you know what? This is going to go viral. I'm talking millions of views here. And within 10 years, it got about 500. So they're not caught up as much as Sneezing Panda, but I think it'll get there.
But you must watch that now. You must see all the edit. You must see all the edits still in there when you watch it back now, even all these years later. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it for how much I tried. I tried like my best, and it still looks pretty rough and DIY. And
So
I think
from beginning
there's a
to
charm
end,
to it.
beginning to end, how long did that take you to actually make that video?
I'd say a full afternoon.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. That's great.
Of sweat. I had to do it one day because obviously there's a light coming into the room. I couldn't take it in the morning because it would look completely different. But it was worth doing, I think.
Yeah. No, I think. Oh, well, an afternoon. I thought you were going to say days. I thought it was
No.
Big deal.
I think it was about 700 photos.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and this is the song. It's a song about patience. I've played this song every gig I've done, including the first open mics that I went to in 2007, 2008. So I think it'll always be in the set list simply because I've had it for that long, and it's like an old friend that I don't want to get rid of, let's say.
Well, it's a beautiful song. I was listening to it earlier, so yeah, take it away.
Thank you very much. This is called Flowers.
Wait now so I can talk you up with every pro that I can see. Every idea is met with mountainsides, so focus on one entirely. Oh, watch your flowers grow, those beside you know that it takes time. Statue zero, making you explode. Simple sign. down, dear, and we'll have some fun tonight. Calm down, dear, I know time will make it right. Calm down, dear, and we'll have some fun tonight, 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 tonight. Does it feel? I'll send you home. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant song. Dean, you say it's one of your favourites. You say you play it at every single gig you go to. But all I can say is Van Morrison no longer plays Brown Eyed Girl. REM no longer does Shiny Happy People. When are you going to get sick of it and not want to do it again, be a victim of your own success?
Oh, that's a good question. I think maybe next year I might try it without, see how it feels.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of new songs I've written this year which may squeeze it out.
Really? I suppose if you come up with a couple of songs that are in a similar vein, you might think you don't want to keep that one in there as well, and you want to try and show your whole kind of broad range of abilities, maybe?
Yeah, it's because it's an upbeat sort of toe tapper when it's played right. But I do have a lot of slower ones, so it's nice to pick it up every once in a while. So that's why it's sort of an old reliable, you know, it's like an old pair of shoes that you go back to.
And do you get people that come to your gigs that do recognise you from the video, or recognise that that's the song with that video? You must have groupies, you must have fans that have, you know, followed you here, there and everywhere that reference it.
Yeah, no. No, I don't think anyone has, other than you guys. I think you're the first person to reference the video before I've sort of plugged it. Because when it was first out, I mentioned it every gig. You know, go and watch this video. It's great. It's stop motion, and you can see my reflection, but you know, you really enjoy it. But you can't force people to watch stuff, can you? That's the shame.
The best place is your YouTube channel, isn't it?
Yes, Dean Lane Music. Yeah.
Right.
Don't search for just Dean Lane, because you'll get videos of skate parks, and I've no idea why.
You know what you should do? You should do your next music video in a skate park, and then you'll get loads of views from people thinking this is going to be a skate park video, and then you do a skate park themed song.
Just skaters like skating behind me and in front of me while I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm sure you could just change the lyrics
I love it.
in one of them to involve skating or something, can you?
You could do a cover of Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Yes, or
Remember
Avril Lavigne, as I believe people call her. But yeah, that'd be good.
Well, Jill Nicolau says, lovely song, Dean, beautiful voice. Clemmy says, lovely guitar melody. Really good reviews coming online, Dean. So, yeah, good stuff. Well done.
That's nice.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank
very,
you.
very nice. I think it's time for our little quiz. Does anybody out there fancy a quiz?
Yes, please.
Well, you mean us? Yeah. Of course they do, yeah. Well, we haven't got a choice. Got to play it, regardless.
Dean, you were with us when we did our very famous service station orgies, which went down a treat with our audience. I think everybody loved it. Thanks again to Louise Morgan for that. So today we have this quiz, and let me play my cheesy music. Today we have the quiz, and it's called Donald or Boris. Donald or Boris is the name of the quiz, and it's down to who said these quotes. So, Richard and Dean, we've got to get you guys to guess who said these things. Dean, for some reason, I've got you on the top of the list here. Let's see what you can get, okay? Now, this is quite a long one. I'm going to have to get my newsreader voice out on this one. Voting for my party will cause your wife to have bigger breasts and increase your chances of owning a BMW M3. Who said this? Boris or Donald?
I can't see Boris saying that.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
One of these people definitely said that sentence.
Yeah. I don't lie. I mean, it came from a very trusted source. So, so who do you think said it, Boris or Donald?
I reckon Donald said that.
Oh, here we go. It's a wrong answer. Sorry about that, Dean. It was
Boris
actually
said that?
Boris, yeah.
No.
Was he Prime Minister at the time?
Seriously, these guys got voted for. Okay, here we go with another one. Let's play the cheesy music. Let's play it a bit louder. It's sounding a bit quiet there. Okay, let's boost it up a bit. Female students go to university because they want to find a man to marry. Donald or Boris? What do you think? It's a tricky one again, isn't it? Misogynistic? Which one is worse? Boris or Donald? Which one is worse? Which one is the biggest male chauvinist there is?
Sorry, is it me answering this?
Yeah, it is, Dean. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was. It's a bit of a. Yeah, I think Boris said that.
Yeah, you got it right. Good work, Dean. Well done. Yeah, Boris did indeed say that.
That's right. Do women go to university to find a husband?
Wait, none of this is right. I've always said, if you need...
I thought it was an education first.
I've always said, if you need Viagra, you're probably with the wrong girl. Who said that? Donald or Boris? It's
Donald.
dreadful, isn't it? There is no excuses for this behaviour.
Well, the headline is no one should be saying this.
That's right.
But it happens to be two of the most... I'm doing Trump now. It happens to be the most powerful people in the world.
In the world, yeah. In the world, yeah.
I'll go for Donald.
Good work. You got 2 out of 3 so far.
What an idiotic man.
This is actually quite a famous one. Let's see if you remember this one. On the burqa, it is absolutely ridiculous that people should choose to go around looking like letter boxes. Was that Boris or Donald?
Ooh. I know it's...
Famous one.
I'm going to say Boris.
Are you sure about that one? Are you sure?
It does another thing that sounds like both of them could say that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Boris.
Good work. 3 out of 5. Nailing this now. Okay, this one was also quite a famous one. I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed. Was that Boris or was that Donald? What do you think there, Beanie?
Well, it sounds like what a 14-year-old boy would say. So I'm going to go Trump.
Yeah, that's the one. Well done. Good work. Yeah, that is 4 out of 5. Good news. Well, Richard Latto, you are the king of the quiz at the moment. You're doing very well at that quiz. I think you've won the last 2 in a row, haven't you? Something like that?
Yeah. But, I mean, it is multiple guess, isn't it, at the end of the day? So I don't think you can attribute any actual intelligence behind it. I'm also paranoid now. I'm going to royally mess this one up.
Well, I seem to remember when we did the IKEA product or European swear word, you did amazingly well because you knew all of the IKEA products in the shop.
I know a lot of foreign swear words as well, yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, brilliant. This is good. Okay. Was this Boris or was this Donald? Face it. It's all your own fault. You're fat. Face it.
It's all your own fault. You're fat.
It's all your own fault. You're fat.
I
Boris or
reckon that's
Donald?
a Donald.
No, I'm afraid that was Boris, and he was writing at the time in the Telegraph in 2000.
Every single one that you read out, all I can hear is it in the voice of Jeremy Clarkson. I can't actually distinguish between anyone else.
Oh yeah, this is great as well. I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. Boris or Donald?
I'm going to go with Boris.
That's the wrong answer, I'm afraid, Richard.
No, it's falling to pieces tonight.
It is. That means that you can't actually beat Dean, so we may as well not really do the rest of the quiz. But
just read out the lines. They're funny in themselves.
Yeah. My policy on cake is pro having it and pro eating it. What do you think? Was that Boris or Donald?
Oh, Donald must be.
No, you're really doing badly today, Richard.
Boris.
This is really bad.
Oh.
That was Boris. Well, he's a cake man, isn't he? Obviously. Nobody has better respect for intelligence than Donald Trump. Was that Boris or was that Donald?
That's
Nobody has
Donald.
better respect for intelligence.
He
than
speaks
Donald.
about himself in the third person, doesn't he? That is Donald.
He does, yeah. Brilliant. Rock and roll. Yeah, that's the first one you got there, Richard Latte.
Right.
Let's see if you can get the last one. British voters are angry over borders. They're angry over people coming into their own country and taking over. Nobody even knows who they are. Was that Donald or was that Boris? What do you
I'm
think?
going to say that's Donald, because Boris surely can't say that.
Yeah, absolutely right. That was Donald Trump. He said it on a trip to Scotland one year. Well
Right.
done. Dean Lane, you are the winner of today's quiz. It's been absolutely fantastic having you both here for this.
I like the
amazing
fact
quiz.
that we're doing this whole streaming every week to try and raise people's spirits at a time when it's really difficult in lockdown and things are bleak for everyone. And we've underlined how bleak it is by pointing out some of the things said by two of the biggest leaders in the whole world.
That's quite depressing, isn't it?
It is.
Well-
Although it gives you hope if you want to stand for president, I suppose.
It's either a little bit depressing or it gives you hope if maybe you're a presidential candidate for this year. I mean, maybe something like that can help. Mr. Dean Lane, are you ready for another little blast of music? What do you think?
Yeah, go on then. That'd be nice.
Richard, would you like to ask Dean a question?
Yeah, I want to know, what is the song you're about to play? What's your influences behind it? Because that's the traditional question we ask. And
Great
why have you
question.
chosen this one? Because you've only got two chances here, and you've gone with the really popular, obvious one. You've done your brown-eyed girl for us. What's going to be your second one tonight?
This, I thought I'd go back to quite old songs. I think the last time I was on here, I did play two of my newest. And in fact, the last time we spoke, I was talking about making a music video, and I made it.
Oh, great! What was it?
It's a music video. It's for the song Alaska, which I've played on here before. And I've got a bit of a small team together during COVID. It was mid-August, so I had to properly risk assess and make sure we all stayed 2 meters away from each other, which was difficult at times. But yeah, it'll be out in at the end of November because it's a bit of a Christmas song that I want to put out and get behind properly because it's got sleigh bells in and there's a couple of Christmas references in. I'm really excited. I think it's going to have more views than Flowers. I think.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Certainly better production-wise. I think.
Well, give us another big plug for it after you've played it, and I'm sure you'll get a few hits off the back.
Definitely. But this one, it's called Friday Afternoon, and this is inspired. This is another song that I play in almost probably every set I do, every gig I do. And I like to play it more for the story behind it, because I like to sort of introduce songs every so often with a bit of a story. And it's completely true. My grandma is the talker of the family. Everyone's got one, haven't they? And she always talks about the thing she loves, which is why she's brilliant. She loves rugby, but she also likes Frank Sinatra. And I was round at her house one night watching rugby, and my granddad, who is a very dry man, doesn't speak much, but when he does, it's a real perler, real joke. She told me that when he finished his shift in the mine, because he used to be a miner, he would go to the social club at the end of every week on a Friday afternoon and sing Elvis songs on the karaoke.
Oh.
And when I heard this, I thought, surely that's not right. That he doesn't speak much. He's very what's the word? Keeps himself to himself. Says very little. You'll get probably a sentence out of him of a full day. But to think back to this, this young man working hard all week and then going to sing some Elvis songs on karaoke, and it really just sparked something, and I felt like I wanted to kind of put it in a song and as a tribute to him for my late grandfather. He's not dead, he's just always late. That's the joke that I make during my set list. It gets more laughs than that as well. Sometimes it does. So I thought I'd play it for you now. It's called Friday Afternoon.
We never question what we come to accept. Tied up in centuries are the secrets we kept. And every family pins their cards to their chest. Insinuations lead to a smile and a second guess. So if we ever need you will be discovered. Another day, another dance to unfold, where everybody else's stories are told. You sit in silence in your seat and on the road, but say one sentence and the room will explode. So if we ever need
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful song. That was really charming, wasn't it, Pete?
He's put his thumbs up. It was charming.
It was. In fact, it's left him speechless. He's so choked up about it, he can't even unmute his microphone.
I just couldn't do it in time. Sorry, Rich, you caught me by surprise. I was just checking out the comments. Everybody loves it, by the way. Hi to Scott Cruz. Good to see you watching there. And Jill, meaningful lyrics, very catchy song. Randy Moyo, hello to you. And on a Friday afternoon, love your voice, Dean. Really, really complimentary. Back to the quiz. Everybody was enjoying the quiz. Lots of OMGs and big surprises actually to what actually what people were saying. So interesting. Go and look at those guys. Find out exactly what they say every day. I wonder, what do you think, both of you? Do they say these things because they're actually saying it just to get publicity for themselves, or are they doing it just to get in the limelight? What do you think? Dean, any thoughts?
Oh, gosh.
I think it's different for Trump because those things that he said, I think that's the big reason why he was elected in the first place. Because he was different from, decades of presidents that have gone before him. I think he managed to sort of bolster a lot of people of the same opinion and got them all together. And I think it's worth his while to keep saying those things because that'll keep him where he is. Whereas for Boris, I don't know. I've lost for words.
I know, but fantastic song. Thanks so much, Dean. And did Rich ask actually how you came about with the song in the first place?
Yeah, it was your grandfather, wasn't it?
He used to go down the social club and sing karaoke. Which, if you were to meet him now, you'd think, no, you don't do that. But people change.
And he was a miner, you were saying.
He was a miner, yeah. So was my dad before they closed in the 80s.
Gosh.
I come from a mining family.
And what did they say? Because I'm one of those people that quite often have a go at colleagues who are being a bit lazy and say, come on, it's hardly going down the mine, is it? I mean, what did they say when they had a tough day? They couldn't come home and go, oh, it was awful today, it was going down the mine. I mean, what could they compare it to?
Well, exactly. I not so much my granddad, but my dad absolutely loved it because it was going down there with a bunch of his mates from 16 years old, getting dirty, having a laugh, doing a hard day's work and then getting paid. But he struggled after it because what do you do after doing that work, when it all changes. But yeah, it's an odd thing to imagine people doing, but it's really influenced me because I think I have a bit of a work ethic, and I put it down to what my dad and my granddad did, because it's nowhere near the kind of energy that they put into stuff. So it's like, come on, you're not down a mine like you said.
It's also the bravery, isn't it, of doing it? Because I can imagine. Well, can you imagine saying to some of the what are they called? Not the softies. How do they describe them? The lily-livered kids of today, and saying, right, you got to get down the mine, get dirty, get on with the job. 12 hours. All you got is a Cornish pasty. Go, go, go. They wouldn't stand for it, would they?
Yeah. My dad's got scars that he's proud of from being down the mine. He's got a smile on his knee where he had to get it stitched up. When you go down in the lifts.
Yeah.
He was sat when he was very young. He was sat in the lift with his legs dangling over, and the door got caught. And he every so often he put like 2 dots above it, so it was like a smiley face. Very proud of his scars.
Cool, battle scars, great.
It's the comedy that comes with that as well, isn't it? It's a bit like the comedy in the army kind of thing, that everybody's in it together, and they're doing that thing, that task every day. Do you think you would have gone down the mine had it been you?
What if they're still going on now or back then?
Yeah, it's only 20 years ago.
I do like a good day's hard work. I used to push trolleys. I know it's not the same as good at the mic, but I used to push trolleys at Asda, and the sort of the feeling of like proper like hard work, pushing and pulling stuff.
Manual work.
Yeah, manual work. It makes you feel good every so often. But every day, getting up really early and full day, you know, not seeing much daylight, it must affect you.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
That's a definite no, I think. Definite no. Well, thanks so much, Dean. Great seeing you. And yeah, if people want to catch you somewhere, what's the best way to see you?
Dean Lane Music on Facebook and same Dean Lane Music on YouTube. Go and watch the Flowers video.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great. Check it out.
Very good. Well, thank you both. Richard Latto and Dean Lane back again next week. CNLZ Live, 8 p.m. every week, showcasing the best in acoustic music. So join us then. Take care.